Hey YouTube, this is Point Shooter here. Today I'm doing an EDC video about the gear that I keep at the office, that I take with me each day as I go into my job. I do work for the state, and while I'm not in a high position there, I'm actually a very low position, it is a job that I enjoy, and this bag contains everything I need for the day. I did not show my coffee mug, or as LA Police Gear calls it, a tactical caffeine unit. My coworkers got a bit of a laugh out of that. Nor do I have my Halligan bottle opener. It's one that I got off eBay, and it's a Halligan tool about this big, a miniature firefighter's Halligan tool, and it'll take the cap off your bottle. Those are just two novelty items I keep at the office. I also, am working on a collection of die-cast police cars, 1/43rd scale, of my local jurisdictions for my desk. So this bag and everything that goes with it just sort of encompasses the ambiance of who Point Shooter is. This is part of my identity. What it is it's basically a glorified first aid kit. Every pocket on this, except for this pouch here, is filled with first aid materials, and there's even a little bit of that in here. Why do I keep so much first aid gear in here? The main reason is I'm concerned about safety, and while I don't work in a real dangerous part of town, sometimes the services that we provide can be unpopular with people, and there's always a risk of accidental injury. There's definitely risks that go out, and one of the other things about this is it gets in the car with me if I roll up on a bad car accident, something that I can use to render aid. So let's dive right in. A little bit about the bag. When I first bought it back in 2009, I was told it was made by Condor, and I do believe the Condor made a similar bag to this, but this one is not actually made by Condor itself. It's got 4 external pockets. It's got an internal sleeve for a laptop computer. This fits a Dell 1525. I don't remember what size the screen is on it, but it's a big, massive laptop. And has a back document pouch, which the Velcro has come off on. I don't take a computer into work. I have more first aid gear stuffed in here. But let's talk about it. It's definitely not a real comfortable pack to carry. It's not something that I'd want to, bug out with. But it has a lot of cargo capacity, and it's well organized. So let's talk about what's in it. This is the main first aid pouch. This is the first one I'm going to go towards. Let's just open it up, and I'll start pulling out the contents. Let me actually move the bag off screen so I can show you what's inside. First, this is the only pouch that I hope that I'll have to use. This is just Band-Aids, butterfly strips. There's a instant thermometer, single-use thermometer in there. This is the Boo Boo pouch. There's also a sewing needle here. I need to replace this bag. It's got some holes in it, but these are 50 Band-Aids. This is all that I hope I'll ever have to use. Next level up. Surgical gloves. These are latex. There's also I keep nitrile gloves in my desk. I actually need to put a pair in this kit, but I have 2 pairs of the latex gloves. Next level up, USGI trauma bandages, the old field dressings. These would be for a more severe injury. Maybe someone really got cut, something like that, but these also would work for really serious injuries like gunshot wounds. But these are a step above the Band-Aids. And then I guess I should say in between the Band-Aids and the trauma bandages there, gauze pads, 4x4s. These are really beat, but they're still, the sterility is still intact. Then 3x3s, another 3x3. And then for Telfa, I have 2 of the 3x8s, and these are Telfa dressings. These are just standard gauze, but the Telfa is the non-adherent, so it's not going to stick. So I've got a fair amount that I can create a dressing pad. And there's also gauze that I can wrap a wound with inside the kit further down. So that's what's in there. There's also a triangular bandage that you could use to make a splint, wrap a head wound, anything you need. Package of steri strips. There's 10 steri strips in there. Hopefully you would only be replacing steri strips. Maybe someone had a surgical procedure, they needed a new steri strip. For example, my uncle just had knee surgery, and he still has steri strips from the hospital, but So if you needed some, they're there. CAT tourniquet, C-A-T tourniquet. This is something that I really hope I'd never have to use, but it's there if I need it. It's lightweight, it's very effective. I never leave home without it. So that's all that's in this pouch here. Next, let's move up to the higher level of first aid. 2 6-inch trauma dressings. These are the emergency bandage, also known as the Israeli bandage. These are hemorrhage control compression bandages. The date has worn off here, but these are still in date as sterile. Honestly, for something like this, I'm not as concerned about the dates, but they are double wrapped. They have the outer packaging and then the inner packaging. These are the best of the best, in my opinion. One thing that I'm going to be doing a separate video on is do not go to eBay and buy what's called an Israeli bandage unless it is made by First Care Products, the emergency bandage. You will get ripped off. I have done this just so that I could confirm my suspicions. If you go to eBay and buy the $5 or $6 Israeli bandage, this is what you're going to get. Yes, it's made in Israel. Yes, it has Hebrew on it, but it is nothing more than a glorified US 4x7 casualty bandage. It is not a trauma dressing like this that is a pressure bandage. Now, you might be able to get some genuine Israeli ones, but the ones that you see on eBay are not the same. If you want the best of the best, buy American. Get the First Care Products. Or actually, I think these are made in Israel. I take that back. But buy from First Care Products. That is what you need. So, that's the end of that. I keep 2 in there. The 6-inch variety. These are great. They have the coating on the back. You can use the inner or outer wrapper to make a chest seal. Good things. Also, to mention, I have duct tape on my desk. As well as an elastic bandage. So there's more first aid stuff there, but I have the duct tape if I needed to improvise a chest seal. So, if you're buying Israeli bandages, if you want the best of the best, get them by First Care. So that's that. That's all the first aid that's on the external pouch, but let's go what's up here. This is my miscellaneous pouch. First, I have a Tech-Lite Lumen Master. I keep it unscrewed so that the switch does not work, because my understanding is that if you leave these ready to go, the circuitry will self-discharge the batteries. So all I have to do is give it a little twist, and I've got 150 lumens and a strobe at my disposal. Runs on 3 AAAs. It's a good light. It's $6 when it comes in a 3-pack for $18. If it gets lost or stolen, I'm not going to cry over it, but it puts out a lot of light in a small package. Next, one of my favorite pens. This is a Mega SRX 770 grip. It's a black gel pen with a nice comfort grip. This is like probably my favorite pen ever. So it really works well. Next, Sharpie marker. I keep orange on it so that people know it's mine. You'd be amazed at how much stuff walks in an office building. Next, one of my other favorite pens. This is a Papermate Flex Grip Elite with ShareGuard technology. It's an antimicrobial coating on there. I have a can of Purell on my desk, or a bottle of Purell, but still, I hate sharing pens and things with people because you don't know where that hand has been. So I like having this with the ShareGuard technology. Next, chapstick. We're still in summer here, but it's a good thing to have. Pack of gum, and Gerber 600. I love this tool. This is actually a brand new one that I had given my grandfather, but he never used, so I put it in here. It's got all the tools I need. It's got nice big pliers. It's a great tool. Use it all the time. And next, a bottle that has all my meds in it. Tylenol, Advil, Aleve, Motrin, aspirin, everything in here. I don't have a chart saying what each one is, but since this is my personal bottle, I don't feel I need to. I know what they are, and most of them are marked. So this has also extended migraine. It has all of the meds in there. Let's see what else there is. Small roll of duct tape. 3 extra batteries for the TechLite Lumen Master. 3 more batteries. I normally don't carry 2 sets, but sometimes I do. This is just Imodium, and I believe that's everything in there. Yep. So we've covered the 4 outer pockets. Now, let's go in and move some of this aside. Let's go into here. 2C mag light. This is going to be very soon replaced after my birthday with a 4C mag light, which is going to be a nice mag light for the office. Defensive concerns aside, it puts out a lot of light. Yes, it can be used as an impact weapon if you have to. Walk into the car at night, just nice to have. Pair of EMT shears. These I put in the back. I used to keep them up here, but most cases you're not going to need them, so I put them in here. This is sort of the stuff that I don't want to have out. Stuff that I know I'm not going to be accessing very soon. So I have a pair of EMT shears there. Not first aid related, but this is my Smith's Diamond Sharpening Stone. It's got a coarse side and a fine side. I use this all the time. I sharpen scissors at the office, and I also do sharpening of knives of other sorts outside business hours. So I keep this with me, that if somebody says, hey, you know, can you come over and do this set of knives for me, I have something with me. I used to carry an Easy Lap miniature diamond rod, but I find that those diamond dust rods wear out really quick, whereas this, with the metal mesh, they last a lot longer. So, back to first aid items. Acrylics, this is Cheeseboro products. This is Inner Sorb. This is stretch gauze, sterile packed. This is, I got out of a Combat Lifesaver kit. So it's 147 inches by 4 inches. So you've got a lot of gauze there. You could use it to wrap something. Next, there's 2. There should be 1 more. 3 packets of Quick Clot. These are the advanced clotting sponges. I have 2 of the 25 gram, and I have 1 of the 50 gram pads. These are about $10 a piece. This was about $15. So expensive, but worth it. I EDC most days a packet of Quick Clot in my cargo pants, just that if you rolled up on something and needed to act quickly, that you'd have it. So I keep a bit of Quick Clot for quick response. This is an old one. It expires next year, but definitely want to watch your expiration dates. These 2 are brand new. I purchased just last month, so these are a good thing to have. A little bit about Quick Clot. My theory with hemostatic agents is that I prefer the sponge over the straight powder. One thing that I will be testing at some point is the new bleed arrest pouches. They are 40 grams of powder for the same price as a Quick Clot sponge, and it's just a big bag. It's very similar to the old Quick Clot, which was in the powder form. The reason I don't like powder agents is, as my Combat Lifesaver buddy told me, if you get into your eyes, you go blind. That's why in Afghanistan and Iraq they stopped using the powdered form, because medics would get in their eyes and they'd go blind. I don't know if that's irreversible, but I do know that it's definitely something you don't want in your eyes. So I prefer the sponge version because it allows you to control where you're applying it and you don't make a mess everywhere. It's just nice. One thing that you could do with this gauze is, if you had a penetrating wound, you could stuff the wound with this. I should be getting at some point Quick Clot gauze, which is basically regular gauze like this that has Quick Clot in it. So my theory is that hopefully I'm only ever going to use a pad. Try one of these first. If that doesn't work, try one of these. If that doesn't work, break out the Quick Clot. See, I have a escalation scale here for how I'm going to do it. Well, first, just try a standard gauze pad, then try one of the GI bandages, then try this, and if all else fails, you can use Quick Clot, or if it's really bad, you can use a tourniquet. So there's a scale of from bad to worse. I think that's everything. Oh, chem light. Just nice if power went out, you could stick this in the bathroom at work, allow people to be able to see inside there. It's something that's disposable then, because after people are using it in the bathroom, I certainly wouldn't want to then go use it anywhere else. So I keep one of these in there. And I think that's everything. Oh, I'll show you a little bit of the detail. This is the liner for the case. It's just foam, but it's in there. It gives nice cushioning for the laptop. I have seen these in OD Green available on eBay for about $35. I will annotate a link if you're interested in getting one of these bags. It's got a nice strap on it. This is a nice bag. What I think would be better would be an LA Police Gear bailout bag, but it's a little bit big for the office. I'm not going to cram that much gear in it. This just contains everything I need, and as you've seen, with the exception of the one pocket, everything is medical. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment, subscribe, rate the video, let me know what you think, and I appreciate it. Alright guys, this is Point Shooter signing out. Take care and stay safe.